On second down, it's down. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
Prescott from the gun on third down. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. They get 12 yards on that pass. That's good for a Dallas first down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, on the back of the previous play, Mike, we saw him have some success through the air. They tried to change it up with a draw, but the defense wasn't having any of it. Didn't sell out for the pass. They're able to stop that one for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. On the handoff, it is Williams running to the right. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the first down.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the one, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
Williams will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So his big first half continues. 3 rushing touchdowns already. Maybe have to start looking at the record book, see if he can do it. The record in a game is 6. Aubrey now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Cowboys tack on one more to their lead.
Cowboys 27, Vikings 7.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Ty Felton now on the return. And he's down at 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting set for their next possession. They try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Ground now with Jones. And this will wind up a Vikings first down as he gets it to about the 34-yard line.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
They'll go back to Jones on first down. Room on the sideline at the 45. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. He is having his way. Another big game. This time 18 yards and a first down.
First down, Minnesota.
1st and 10. A give now. It's Jones on the zone read. He left that first defender grasping for air as he winds up getting 8 out of that one.
At this point, we're going to need two hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and a couple. They'll go play action here with McCarthy. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. He'll let this go deep for Jefferson. That is going to be pulled in. He's got it. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Minnesota.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
Reichard good with the extra point. And the Vikings are able to edge a bit closer.
Vikings 14.
Reichard out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. This one fielded at the 15. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. And in a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. On 1st and 10, Prescott to the outside, looked in by Last. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Shotgun snap for Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
Justin Jefferson and this Vikings offense heading out for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Running left, it's Jones. He's got room at the 30. Big gain on the ground here as as he takes this up past the 40-yard line. That's good for 27 and a first down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play. When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
3rd and long. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They've got him.
These pass rushers, they love these situations where they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. They knew they had a chance to put an end to this drive, and they didn't let it go to waste.
On comes the punter now, as he is on to punt for Minnesota. And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. Here's Dak Prescott, and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to him with another drive here. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Greg and I, back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium after this. Now a second down throw for Prescott. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
It is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming. Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10. That is not away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league. And when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
In motion, Naylor. McCarthy to the air on second down. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
To Jalen Naylor. A gain of 7 yards. And it's third down.
Third down, 3 to go. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue. 8.
Was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath. Focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To the air once more is McCarthy. That's deep for the back of the end zone. This one batted away. It's incomplete. Good hands there in the end zone. And that'll bring up second down.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but then once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
McCarthy gonna look to throw again. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Now timeout for an injured player. It's Justin Jefferson, a man they cannot afford to lose. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff will get a chance to look him over during the break. Here's 3rd and 2. To throw once more. Here's McCarthy. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
He's got this on target to Addison. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Now here's a timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Vikings.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Throwing again is McCarthy. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. So, halftime straight ahead, and we send it over to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you back here on EA Sports as we count down to kickoff of this second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Vikings offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. In motion, it's Jefferson. Now Jones into the secondary, past the 40. And he's going to be taken down. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. He'll step up and run. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Here's Jones. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Drop for the loss of a yard.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
On second down, here's McCarthy. A short one taken by Hawkinson. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
That's caught once again by Hawkinson. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Throwing on second down is McCarthy. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Jalen Naylor was the intended receiver that time. And third down coming up.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now, that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
In this defense, they just continue to put in a great night's You think whether it's been blitz schemes, stunts, whatever, you name it, this offensive line has had its hands full. They have allowed their quarterback to be hit way too many times.
It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready for their first possession of this second half. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this 1st and 10. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to...
Williams hit, and he loses the football. And the defense comes up with a big turnover. Maybe this will turn this game around.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They put Pickens in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up 2nd and long.
Down at the 26. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
To throw is Prescott. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. Javon Hargrave gets up for a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
The problem with some of these long developing plays is that it really forces the quarterback to hold on to the ball. They tried to hit him there with that big shot downfield, but the protection, it's just not able to hold up, and they're able to get home.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott. Going for it all. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force 4th down.
I like the fact that they took a shot on 3rd and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative playing for the 4th down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, but now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up 4th and a mile.
This kick hangs up, and the fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line.
at their own
Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. On the handoff, Jones. Up the sideline, past midfield. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. How about 25 yards to start the drive? 1st down.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs to kind of help wear down the defense. And I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 12 more yards from him there, and another 1st down.
First down.
Couple of explosive runs here to start the drive, and now you got to ask yourself, what's the counterpunch? I think as this defense continues to pack themselves in tight, this is a prime opportunity to try to take a big shot downfield.
And he will carry his offense to the red zone. Inside the 20-yard line, a pickup of 9.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
They run it once more with Jones. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
And just like that, you go from 2nd and inches, where you think it's pretty much a given that you're going to move the chains, to now finding yourself in 3rd and 2 or 3. Great job by that defense. This completely changes this possession.
3rd and 2, and here's McCarthy. The ball comes out. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
After these kind of plays, Mike, you just wish the sideline was a mile away, because you know when you get there, you are going to catch an earful. They stress all week, ball carriers. We have to protect the ball. In this case, it doesn't result in a turnover, but the lost yardage now brings up 4th down. These are drive killers.
On 4th down, it's Will Riker time for this Viking field goal. Spotted at the 35, this a 45-yard attempt. Riker's kick is good. And the Vikings will cut into that lead.
17.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Reichert had the field goal a moment ago. He's back out now to kick this one away. A return coming from the 14. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with 1st down. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a 1st down.
First down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the 1st half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy
under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Jonathan Grenard in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Second down, Prescott. Throw here down the field. Will fall incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Dak facing 3rd and long. Going up top. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. The Vikings offense ready to come back out for this next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. On the zone read, it's McCarthy. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick 1st down.
And the Vikings, 1st down.
And this is really an area, Mike, that he excels in. He makes the right decision to keep the ball himself, and then when he hits the hole, he doesn't stop until he picks up the 1st down.
Jones now on 1st and 10. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
It's a loss of 2.
This back's been having his way all night long, Mike. Just a lot of room to operate. Great job by the offensive line all night long, but in this case, defense does their job. They're able to penetrate, get in the backfield, and take them down for a loss.
Here's McCarthy. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hockenson on that one. 3rd down coming up.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was 3rd down.
Still 3rd down.
Here's Hockenson in motion. To the air, on 3rd down is McCarthy. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they give it to Williams. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Give him 14 on that play, one first down.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
And he'll take this up to the 48-yard line. Jonathan Allen, the big man from the interior, with the stop. It is 2nd and 9. They'll go again here with Williams. The attack is going to be made down at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. First down, Cowboys.
And the running back's going to get all the stats and all the glory, but make no mistake about it, Mike, that was a great team effort on that run play. Everyone executing their blocking assignments to perfection. He's able to pick up a nice gain and fresh set of downs.
Here comes Williams on the toss to the right. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, we're able to get you down for a loss.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Prescott to his main man, Lamb. CD gets the Cowboys a first down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 14-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Dak. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. George Pickens. Touchdown, Dallas.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
On for the PAT is Aubrey. He's got it. Cowboys will extend this third quarter lead.
Cowboys 34, Vikings 17.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Ty Felton now on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 3. To throw is McCarthy. To the left side here, caught by Addison. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
A gain of 12
He's got a
yards.
touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Again, it's Jones. And he's going to be close to a first down. Looks like he'll have just enough to keep the chains moving.
Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
In motion, Naylor. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and...
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Second and 10. He's got a receiver. It's Ty Felton. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try to pick this up with the jet sweep. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up 4th down.
It's a loss of 2 yards.
Looking to create a little spark here on 3rd down. They go to the jet sweep. It can tend to be a little bit of an all-or-nothing type play, and when the defense sniffs it out, you make yourself susceptible to a loss, just like we saw here.
So they send in Will Reichert for this field goal try. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 3-score game.
You know, the hardest part about these missed kicks, Mike, is for all the guys that work so hard to put the ball in position to come away with points. You kind of trot off the field. You're hoping that next possession has a different result.
Here's Dak Prescott and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's a handoff to Williams. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line.
It's another run here for Williams. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
The tackle made just shy of midfield. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
is Prescott. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down.
And on third down, what they're trying to do, Mike, is just get the ball out of his hands quickly and into the hands of one of his playmakers, but he just doesn't focus through the catch. Lapse of concentration, ends up in a drop, and falls incomplete.
And a pretty good result there. That's out of bounds right at the 10-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Now McCarthy. Quick throw here is complete. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 19-yard line.
A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. They'll go play action here with McCarthy. To the left side, and it's caught by Felton. Down the sideline. He may go. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Riker now to add the extra point. He's got it. The Vikings are able to cut the deficit to 10.
Cowboys 34, Vikings 24.
Riker out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. Short kick taken just inside the 20. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Williams gets it on the draw. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. We'll get a stoppage here. There is an injured Cowboy. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. On play action. Here's Dak. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And it's going to be 3rd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
field for Lamb. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And he dances away from one defender on his way. Gain of 7.
The tackle made by Malik Hooker. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 2. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
That one caught by Hawkinson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Play action now. It's McCarthy. To the right side, he's got Hawkinson, his tight end. A 19-yard pickup there. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. This pass, right side, going to be caught by Addison. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of
18 yards on the catch and run will move the chains.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard
Really nice
line.
job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Set up the screen with Hawkinson. And they'll have 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
12 more yards.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal.
Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete. We'll get a stoppage here. There is an injured Cowboy. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Two plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. He fought through the contact for the touchdown. There is a marker down, but that may be on the defense.
Pass interference. Defense. That penalty is declined.
Will Riker now on for the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3. A field goal here in the 4th quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. They play it short, take it at the 15-yard line. Good return, but he pays the price at the end. Picked up and thrown down. The Cowboys offense ready to see what they can do. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
It's a gain of 9.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
On the handoff, it's Davis. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. That's good for a Dallas 1st down.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Makes it 3rd and 2.
The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
1st down.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
And they're going to be 3 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's first and goal.
First down and goal to go.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
He'll step up, and he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Dak Prescott, touchdown Cowboys. That his second touchdown tonight. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Now Aubrey for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cowboys will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Vikings 31.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Ty Felton now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting set for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. On the give, it's Jones. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. He's going to air this one out. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down.
He told us earlier in the week that his ball skills might actually be better than some of the guys he's covering, and we kind of chuckled. But it's pretty clear to see where that confidence comes from, Mike. I mean, the next step for him, not only go up and attack that ball to tie his point, but come down with the pick.
He's got a receiver. It's Addison. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And the Vikings first down. It's a gain of 17
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter.
And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset. But as always, there's the exception to every rule.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
That is hauled in at the 5. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
And the Vikings.
It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 33 yards. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That one taken in. Jalen Naylor. Touchdown, Vikings. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Riker now to add the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3. A field goal here in the fourth quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. This one brought in at the 16-yard line. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. Here's a design run, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play.
You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight, but nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
We'll try again, and then 10. Now, a give to Davis. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily. Third and 2. Here we go. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. He's got his man. It's Pickens. The defense uses its second timeout here. And don't forget, clock to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Come on, guys, dig deep.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for first and 10. Prescott. Short throw brought in by Schoonmaker. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. And third and final timeout taken by the defense. So the 2-minute warning, the only clock stoppage they have left. From the 39, here's a first and 10. On the ground, it's Davis. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, here's 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. There's a short one that's caught by Ferguson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of
14 on the pickup. First down, Cowboys.
First down.
And that first down should all but do it, Mike. With only one remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. How to imagine it's victory formation, and we're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So it's a win for the Cowboys. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one.